Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is Christine and it is a casual day today, a messy bun and getting things done kind of day. And I just wanted to show you a super simple, no-knead Dutch oven bread recipe. I want it for dinner tonight and it's about lunchtime right now. So I just thought I'd show you a super easy way to throw it together so you have fresh bread for dinner. So come on with. Okay friends, this is really all that it is. I do have a few more ingredients because I want to flavor up this bread tonight. And I have my water, it's kind of cooling. I heated it up a little bit too much, but you start out with 3 cups of flour, and you can use whole wheat flour with this as well, but this is just my organic all-purpose flour. I've never used bread flour with it, so I'm assuming you probably could. And I'm mixing the dry ingredients first. So that's 1 cup. There's 2. And I'm not sifting or doing anything. This is such an easy bread recipe. And the only thing is you have to, prepare it beforehand. You have to get it ready if you want it for dinner, or like for breakfast, like if you want it the next day, you can actually just let this proof overnight as well. And then here's number 3. So it calls for 3 cups of regular flour, and then I'm going to use my active dry yeast, and I'm only using 2 teaspoons of it for the 3 cups. And I'm just putting it right in, no water yet. 2. And then preference is some salt. So I am going to put a half a teaspoon, of salt. And this is my Redmond's real salt. So use a fine grain salt. And because I am making this flavored, I'm going to add my seasonings now. I'm just going to do some chopped onion, and I'm not really measuring. My husband and I like onion, and we're going to have it with a spaghetti meal tonight. So I'm going to put in some Italian seasonings and just kind of, it's my own preference. And then some garlic powder. And that's all my dry ingredients. So I'm going to kind of just mix this together. Don't mind the crying cat in the background. Okay, so now I'm just going to check the temp on my water. I used my Berkey filtered water. And let's see, I want it at 105. It's still at 112, so just give me a second here. I'm going to go calm this cat down, and I'm going to wait until it gets to about 105 degrees. Okay, we are roughly around 105. As long as it's under 110, you can go ahead and put it in. And the reasoning is that you don't want to kill the yeast that you just put in. So I'm just going to dump this right in, and I'm going to give it a good mix. And so the trick is you want to make sure everything is mixed together, and then until it kind of starts forming a ball. Okay, I think it's pretty good. I am going to just kind of form it into a ball, and then my trick is I'm going to use my air fryer setting for a dehydrator, and I'm gonna basically proof it for about 3 hours in it. And this way you don't have to wait until the next day. If you have enough time, you can wait until the next day, but this way all of the flavors that you just put into can really meld together in this dough. So it really is super sticky. So make sure I took all my rings off and everything. And I'm just gonna kind of gently kind of form it into a ball. Like I said, it's a really sticky dough. And I'm just kind of being real gentle with it. So I'm not kneading it, I'm not doing anything. I'm just kind of making it into a ball, and I'm going to put it in my air fryer for 3 hours, and I'll show you real quick after I wash my hands. Okay, so here we are at my toaster oven that I use all the time in my videos, but it also has a dehydrate setting. So I'm just turning it to it, and I actually already have it at what I want. So it's at 100 degrees and for 3 hours. And I'm gonna hit start. And it didn't turn on yet because I'm putting it in. And I'm not going to put my tea towel over the top. I'm just gonna set it in there. In about every hour, I'm gonna check it, but I'm just gonna hit start and then we'll see you in 3 hours. Okay, so it's been about an hour, 2 hours left. It's looking good. And it's not, you know, it's just the 100 degrees, so it's not like crazy warm. So everything is looking great, and we'll see you in 2 hours. Okay, time just ended on the 3 hours, and I'm just gonna get this out, and then we're gonna transfer it over into the other dish. Okay, so I kind of have a cheat going on right now. So I have my parchment paper in a bowl because my Dutch oven is heating up right now in the oven at 450. So kind of does get a little bit crusty. So I'm just gonna put it down on a cookie sheet here with some flour, and I'm just gonna gently grab it out, scoop it out, grab it out, and then just kind of, not really knead it, but just like form it into a ball with a little bit of this flour. As you can see, it's really sticky. Just a little bit, scrape that out. And what you'll get with this dough is where it's gonna have a hard shell on the outside. I think that should be pretty good. Like I said, I'm not really kneading it. I'm just getting it to the shape that I want with some flour. Okay, and that's about it. I am gonna go wash my hands quick, and then I'll show you what I do in the bottom of the parchment paper. So I just have parchment inside a bowl right now, like I said, because my Dutch oven is heating up, and it's only at about 300 right now. So I'm just gonna get this ready, and I just take my my spray that I use, and you can use olive oil or avocado, and I'm gonna spray the parchment paper. And then I like to use cornmeal for the bottom. It just kind of gives it a nice little coating on the bottom, just like roughly a tablespoon, and just kind of spread it all over inside. And just kind of give it a dusting. And then I just kind of shake it around the paper and make a mess, but you know, it's okay. So now, kind of looks like that, if you can see. And I'm just gonna transfer it really gently and let it do its thing. So I have all my spices and everything in it, and then now I'm just waiting for my Dutch oven to heat up. And this is gonna be a fun little bread for us tonight for dinner. So I'll be right back as soon as the Dutch oven is heated up. Okay, Dutch oven is heated up. We're at 435. So it said to start inserting. So I got the bread ready. The only other thing that I did do real quick was just kind of spray the top, just to kind of moisten it up with whatever oil that you have. And you're literally just taking the parchment paper and everything. Just be careful, don't burn yourself. And I'm just setting it in. And then I am going to put the lid on. This thing is so hot right now. Let me grab the lid. And I'm going to be cooking it or baking it for 30 minutes, and then taking the lid off, and then I'm baking it for another 15 minutes just to kind of brown it up a little bit. 10 to 15 minutes. So it's at 440, so I'm gonna put it in right now. Okay, it's at 450. Let's get it in with the lid on. And we're setting the timer for 30 minutes. It's been half an hour. I'm gonna pull this out, take the lid off. It's looking good, and I'm gonna put it back in. I'm gonna keep an eye on it though. It's about 10 minutes or so is what I like to do. Some people say 15, but then I think then it gets a little bit too dark. So 10 more minutes, and we'll be taking it out, letting it cool, cutting it, and sampling it. I can't wait. Okay, here she is. Just a little bit crusty on the top, and we're just gonna let this cool all the way before we cut it. And let's see if I can show you the bottom. The bottom looks great, and I can't wait to cut into it. So I'll see in a little bit once it is cooled down enough where I can cut it, and we'll do some sampling. I can't wait. Okay, everything should be cooled off nicely. I just kind of covered it up with a tea towel. I'm gonna set that aside and get my cooling rack out of the way. So let's do this. So it's nice and firm. The bottom got done nicely. The cornmeal kind of does come off, but it still gives it a nice little layer on the bottom. So let's cut into it. This is my no-knead bread, and I'm just gonna kind of make slices for us to eat with our dinner tonight. And, all right, bottom was a little bit more firm, but it looks fantastic. I cannot wait to take a few bites of this. So I'm gonna get this cut up into the size slices that we want. I did goof on a little bit here, but that's because of how it was in there. But I'm gonna get this sliced up and we're gonna get to taste testing. Okay friends, here we are at test tasting. It's kind of about dinner time, but the bread is still a little bit warm and I can't resist. So I just put a little bit of butter on mine and I sliced the rest of it up, and it slices up really good. The bottom does tend to get a little bit firm, but so make sure and have a really nice sharp bread knife. But all right, here we go. Let's taste it. I mean, warm bread. Who doesn't dive into that at the restaurants, right? So the seasonings that I put on were specifically more for our dinner tonight. So we're having spaghetti and such. So it'll be perfect for dipping into that spaghetti sauce. So let me know what you decide to put into your bread. It's a super simple recipe, kind of almost like a set it and forget it type. There are other specificities, that word, that you can let it proof for anywhere from 18 to 24 hours. I just kind of learned that putting it in the dehydrate mode tends to speed it up and you still get the same results. So I hope that hack is useful to you. And it actually does have a proofing setting on it, my air fryer. I've never used that. I've only used the dehydrating one for this bread recipe. So let me know in the comments if you actually have used that proofing setting. I'd be really interested. So thanks for stopping by my little channel. And if you like super simple recipes like this, hit that like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on Christine's Routines. Take care and God bless. And now, if I didn't have bread in my teeth, I'm gonna take a few more bites of this before dinner. Hey friends, welcome back to my kitchen. My name is, I just kind of covered it up with a tea towel, and cat's crying. Hang on.